Welcome back to the world of Minecraft. This is part 5 of the stimulus update. The Lord of the Manor was good enough to release some cash and we've had quite the building boom. My goodness, there's a lot of activity around here. What is this, some kind of AA meeting going on? Come on. Goodness. What was I saying? So we've had quite the building boom going on. And if you remember, we had 4 projects, some economic enhancements to the village. We had the fisherman's residence over there. We had a blacksmith come into the village and build a shop, and those are complete. Well, now we're down to 1 because we have another completed project to take a look at. What's up, man? So we have these 2 shops. We have the larger shop and we have a smaller shop. And and there hasn't been any progress on the larger shop. The bakery is complete, and we're going to be taking a look at it momentarily. But this big shop, I'm not sure what's going to go in here yet. It's quite large, so it has to be pretty grand, I would think. I mean, the living quarters upstairs are they're quite grand, and they go all the way back to that wall. Pretty hoity-toities up there living. So this has got to be, some kind of Gucci shop or something. Medieval Gucci. Something going on down here. It's got to be a little upscale situation. I'm not sure yet. Not sure. But let's take a look at the bakery. The bakery has a grand opening. Look at that. They got their hanging sign up. That should be lit up, I think. Maybe. But they've got their sign up. They've got this little alfresco eating area, hangout place. You can enjoy your bread and whatever else that you bought. Of course, they have refreshments in there too. So let's take a look. Let's go inside. Who's that, kitty? Wow, this is festive. This is a nice little shop. Very clean and organized. They got some displays out here and a little menu happening there. Very nice. I like it. Let's go check out the employee. Oh, we got a drink dispenser there. A big giant chair. And they got their tools of the trade, pots and pans and knives and sink back there, and very neat. Very cool. So yeah, we got a menu here. Look at that. We got storage space. We got some ale and cakes and some of that stuff. Sugar is quite expensive. Then we got this wastel loaf. Wastel loaf was about like a pound. It was like a regular loaf of bread, pound or so. And then a gallon loaf was way bigger. It was like 8 pounds. So but they'll do anything you want. Looks like a bowl of soup. I don't know what kind of soup you get at a bakery, though. Baked potato soup? It's baked. Not sure. Let's check it out in the back. And they got a little area there for some processing, and very nice. Very nice. Well lit up. Another big chair. Some cash register stuff going on there. Very nice. And you don't need a lot of room. You just stand here and you place your order. I'd like one of those. I'd like a sip of that and a little bowl of soupy. Is there a cat out here? What's going on out here? What's all the noise? Calm down. And then, you know, they're not set up to dine. They're not a dine-in facility because it's a to-go deal. So you can to-go. You can to-go right out here if you don't want to go too far. You could sit with your buddies, or you can to-go. You can to-go over there. Very cool. I like it. Let's check out the residence. Now this isn't really a grand entrance to this place, but you know, these are bakers, these are merchants, these are workers. So, you know, it's economy. It's an economy. It's economically desirable to live over your shop because you're also the night security too. So you got this little entrance here. You got a little deck. You know, yeah, you can just smoking area. It's basically good for a smoking area. But it's quite cozy in here. I like it. Got stuff on the wall. Got well lit. You got a big clock. 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock right here. Always. So it's always 5 o'clock. But it could be 5 a.m. I noticed there was nobody down there cooking. And I don't know. It's time to make the donuts. 5 a.m. It's time to make the donuts. You better get up and get cracking. Get cracking those eggs and sifting that flour. So yeah, he's got his own little personal kitchen here. He's got a little convection microwave kind of thingamajig up there. And he can keep his ales and his dairy cool in here. This is like a insulated door kind of deal. It's kind of like your unplugged refrigerator. So it's like a big cooler. Very cool. Yeah, got a nice little breakfast nook going on there. Lots of reading. Chilling out. Hanging out. Chilling out. And he's got a nice little bedroom in here. Let's check this out. All right. Nice beds are made. Very cool. Nice tapestry there. That could be the... What do you think that is? I don't know. Not sure. Whoa, Jack, you better watch those candles in unoccupied dwelling. Goodness. That's not safe. Got a globe down there. That's all right. So that's it. That's the bakery. I think it came out super cool, and it's a great addition to the village. And it's going to increase the tax base of the village and give the people something to do. You know, even the peasants, you know, they get time off and a little bit. Nobody wants to bake bread. You know, there was the average person spent about 2 hours a day grinding flour. You know, grinding grains for flour. So it's a lot easier just to come here and buy a loaf of bread. Save you that daily grind. The daily grind. So that's the stimulus update, but we do have something else to look at. So if you remember last time we checked in, there was a little bit of an issue with the monks. The monks live in that, they run that farm off in the distance, the big farm. And there's a little bit of a problem, you know. So to make nice with the village, they made a sizable donation. They made a sizable contribution to the village, and there is a project underway, and it's pretty massive project. We're going to check it out. So the city walls, look at that baby kitty. Oh, you're a little bean, aren't you? The city walls were, you know, they were okay. Let's take a look at the old city walls, because we have new city walls. The city walls, you know, they were okay. They were functional. That's them up there. That's a little bit of what remains of the city walls. They were all torn down. The monks hired a big crew. They came in and they demolished the entire city wall structure. And we got new city walls. So that was the old design. Kind of plain, you know, not much, but they were functional. Yeah, that's them right there. But we have new city walls, and we're going to check those out right now. Look at you. Look at you. Again, stuck in a boat. Again, stuck in a boat. I think you're on your own this time, Jack. I'm tired of helping you. Every time I walk by here, you're stuck in this boat. You're going to have to figure it out. You're on your own, buddy. Busy. So let's take a look at these walls. That's not the door. And here we go. Now this is just the beginning of the wall. Now I'm told that the wall, the exterior of the wall, which would be to our right, is complete. These are done. That's the way it's going to be. This side is not done. So that's that. And but they have gone around the entire city with these walls, and we're not gonna do the full lap, but we'll take a look. And periodically we're gonna run into one of these little structures, and that is going to be a watchtower, not a huge one, you know. It's not crazy. I mean, we're not at war with anybody, so you know, it's a fairly peaceful environment here, where the village is situated, and we know all our neighbors, so yeah, so it's not going to be huge, but they're located strategically around the village. There's the cemetery and the church, and so yeah, so we got the full wall. This is much nicer. We weren't able to walk on the old wall. Didn't have a walking area. And I hear a rumor that there are passageways within the wall itself. And that's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. We're going to have to check that out at some point. And here's another one of these watchtowers. Very cool. Very neat. Yeah. So you can monitor things from up here, and there's the back of the inn. And we're coming up to the barn, the big barn, and and the wheat crop that we have going in the village. So this is the project, and they didn't skimp. This is high dollar quality stuff here. You know, the monks aren't cheap. They're good. They're good folks over there. They're off doing their thing. You can probably see that big giant building they built from here, maybe. But yeah, no, they went all out for the walls for the village. That's for sure. Here's one that's kind of been completed. This is kind of like a little turnaround kind of thing, just to make the corner. And here's another one. And we're gonna go see. That looks like it goes down into the sewer system of the village. It's I'm sure. Let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look. Now, like I said, all of this is still really under construction. I don't have any kind of safety gear or hard hat or anything like that, so we're just going to do it real quick. Ooh, it's going to get real dark here for a second. And this leads out into the sewer system. Wow, very cool. We'll close that back up. I don't know why those doors are there or what they do, but I'm sure some engineer, has some reason or other. But very neat. Functional. So we'll go back up. Check out. So yeah, these go all the way around. And we got here's the water tower. This is fairly new for the farm with their nice, look at the manicure job that they did with this backyard, the back 40 or whatever. That's quite lovely. Very tidy operation. Very good. No, we have a quality wall. Look at that. We'll take a look at the outside in a second, but that's basically the exterior of the wall. So it's very similar. It's got a little bit more detail and a lot more width to it. Like I said, we could never walk on the old one. But yeah, the monks did the village right, and they really came out strong with some coin. It doesn't pay to be cheap. There was a nobleman a while back that lived years and years ago who was cheap. He was a very cheap guy. And, he had servants, but he did his own shopping because he wanted to buy the food that was just about to be thrown out, because he didn't want to overpay for anything. He was a very cheap guy, so he did. He hand selected everything because it was 1 hour from the garbage bin before he would buy it. So he had a scheme. He came up with a scheme to reduce his grocery bill, and his scheme was, if I'm dead, my servants and my household, well, they're going to mourn me, and they're going to fast. They're going to go into a fasting period, and a household that is in a fasting period has a very low grocery bill. So he goes, I'm going to fake my death for a week or two. And my grocery bill is going to be quite low for the month. So he did. So he faked his own death. And he says, and then I'll make a miraculous recovery, and everything will get back on track, and I will have a very profitable end of the month bottom line. So he carried out his plan. The only problem is when his household found out about his passing, or alleged passing, they celebrated. they went out and they bought up the village. They bought up cheeses and wines and booze and lamb and swan and every kind of exotic meat, pike fish, everything, and they had a big bash. Much to the chagrin of the nobleman. The nobleman was very, very upset, laying in the death room next door, listening to all this commotion and the partygoers and the music and the dancing and the drinking and the eating. So he decided to cut his experiment short, and he began moving around and making noise. And some of his servants freaked out. They said, he's risen from the dead. He's a zombie. He's a vampire. He's going to kill us all. So they proceeded to beat him to death, not knowing that he was never really dead in the first place. I mean, you can't really blame him. That's like a medieval horror movie, So it didn't end well for the nobleman. He ended up dead, obviously. So the bottom line, what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is don't be cheap like the nobleman. You can't take it with you. Even if you're faking it, you can't take it with you. So don't be cheap. The monks know that. We got a nice grand wall now around the city. Let's take a quick spin. Look at that. It's all lit. This is the mock-up where they kind of demonstrated what it's going to look like. And it's got on the inside, where you see that, we got all kind of artwork and chiseled thing. And they demonstrated they can be hollowed out. And so that's what it's going to look like when it's done on both sides. But that's what they got so far. Outside looks nice. And zoom over the village. There's the church. And there's the village itself. It's getting a little congested. We still got plenty of room, though. Don't worry. We're going to be building all kinds of stuff. There's what they got done so far in the interior. Nice chiseled stone, and then the outside. Nice contrasting colors. So when you come out of the new castle and you're coming down these steps, you get to see a nice big strong city wall. Because I tell you, this is turning into a city. We may have to pave the streets pretty soon. But we have room. We have this plot of land over here where the library is going to go, and we've kind of expanded it out now that we have this new city wall. We have even more room. We may have 1 or 2 buildings going up here. Quite nice. And I know this is low, but when we add the parts to this side, it'll build it up. This is kind of a low part because on the other side, if you got some feet to climb to get up here. Not worried about that security at all. So it's quite lovely, and we're still got plenty of room down here. We are going to be building sticking some houses here and there, and of course the next big project is to finish this inn. We have the interior of this inn to do. And then of course we have a lot to do over there too. So we have major stuff going on. But the stimulus should be wrapped up next time. I feel that other shop, whatever it's going to be, will be complete. And that'll wrap that one up very nicely. Very nicely. Excellent. Well, thanks for taking a look and getting all updated with this ongoing project. And we should be on track with something else pretty soon, I think. And everybody have a great day, and thanks for watching. All right, take it easy.